Hey fiddle players, this week I'm going to do a bluegrass fiddle classic. I've had a request for this tune, Jerusalem's Ridge. It was originally written by Kenny Baker, also Bill Monroe supposedly helped Kenny Baker write it, but the legends that I've heard, Kenny Baker really wrote it and Bill Monroe kind of snagged some credit for it. And Kenny Baker is one of Bill Monroe's original fiddle players, and to me he's the most iconic bluegrass fiddle player of all time. And this tune, Jerusalem's Ridge, is his probably most famous composition. It's somewhat different from the other fiddle tunes we've learned, most of which have come from across the pond, from England, Ireland, Scotland. Some even came from France, through Canada. And when they all get to America, we sort of Americanize them, and we have our American fiddle tradition. This tune is different because it was composed probably 50, 60 years ago, and it's a composition in the bluegrass strain of fiddling, so it's a little different form-wise. It has some extra beats, some extra measures, some short interlude sections, so it's going to be kind of a brain teaser, but I'm sure all of you have heard it enough times that you know how it goes, and so you're going to have no problem picking it up as I teach to you. This is in the key of A minor, and here we go. Here's Jerusalem's Ridge. This tune has got a little intro part where you're chunking, which is something we've done a million times before in these lessons. You're just going to play an A chord, put your 1 on the G for an A note, and your 1 on the D for an E note. That's your A chord. And you're just going to go like this. Alright, just to make some sense of that, your first chunks are on the first and third beat of the measure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay? And that tells you, how fast you're going. And now we get into this A part. Here's your first chunk. Now when you're starting off this tune, you can kind of start a little bit ahead of the beat. So it's sort of like a pickup, instead of starting right on the beat. That's what it sounds like right on the beat, and it just sounds a little square. And Kenny Baker, when he plays it, usually starts a little ahead of the beat. Alright? And all you're doing, in this lick you just learned, walking up to the E note, walking up the A minor scale, and then I do a 2-note slur, and everything else is separate. I'm not going to be too specific about bowings in this lesson because I watched several clips of Kenny Baker. I looked up online as many clips as I could find of Kenny Baker playing Jerusalem's Ridge, and bowing wise he does it differently every single time. So some of the lessons I'm very, very specific about how you should play tunes or play solos. Especially with solos, I'm very specific. I'm not going to be so specific in this lesson because Kenny Baker does it differently. I'll give you some bowing suggestions as we go along, but there's no hard and fast rule. I would recommend go online, look up some Kenny Baker videos, and maybe take the bowings that you like. I'll make my suggestions, but there's no hard and fast rule with this tune. Okay? So we've got this first chunk. Alright? Now I do an up bow slur starting from the note that we ended on into our next chunk. So here's our next chunk.